I'm Bailey Smith from Clay County, Kentucky.
I'm Toby Cook.
I'm Caden Teen.
I'm Maya.
I'm Jenna Rampenthal.
I'm Cade Miller.
I'm Reagan Martis.
My name is Ryan Beckwith.
I'm Sophie Ratliff.
I'm Jeannie Downs.
My name's Elise Minion.
My name's Madison Carter.
I'm Taya Parsons.
My name's Kylie Bird.
I am Nathaniel.
I'm Ella David.
I'm Katomi Okokura.
I'm William Crittenden.
I found out about GSP because my mom's heard about it all the time because her students at the high school applied there. And so she's just been talking about it forever for scholarships and just for the experience. And I had a friend who is now a freshman in college who went last year, and she just raved about it to me about how much she loved it and how much she wanted to go back. So I kind of knew that it would be something that I would enjoy.
Well, I discovered GSP because I had some older friends who had gone, and they told me how great their experience was.
I found out about GSP from my counselor. She's really cool. She goes to the classes on how to get into GSP and all that.
Well, that's an interesting story. So GSP, it was mainly on my radar because my brother's girlfriend went to GSP, and my mom was insane about GSP because apparently it's really good and all that. And so she was bugging me about it, and she bugged my guidance counselor, so he was bugging me about it. And then she bugged me enough, so I was like, whatever, I'll apply, and then I'll just say no when they're if I get accepted, which I didn't know if I was. So I got accepted, and I was gung-ho on not going still, because I tore my ACL, and I had to fly back to family to visit because they were sick and all that. And then my band directors told me that they'd be mad at me if I didn't come to GSP. And I value their opinion a lot, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll come to GSP. And so I packed my bags, and here I am.
When I applied for GSP, I didn't necessarily think I was really gonna get in. I was kind of doing it because it was a dream of mine, and I really would like to get in, but I didn't think that I would actually make it. When it actually got put through, especially at the regional level and then the state level, I was amazed. I was so excited. GSP was the only thing I could think about, and I was telling everybody, and my friends were so annoyed with me because it was the only thing I could talk about.
When I was in middle school, we have a gifted and talented education program, so my teacher in that, she started preparing us in 6th grade, and she would make us fill out practice applications. So I filled out the application 8 times.
Pre-GSP was kind of mellow. One day after school, I just heard some of my friends were going to a meeting in the auditorium that the counselors were putting on about something. I didn't even know what it was. They said GSP. I was like, what's that?
It's a summer program where you go and you meet people from all across Kentucky, where everybody is really similar to you, but we're all different at the same time. And it's a perfect community where everybody just loves each other and we're all accepting of each other, and I've never been anywhere like this before.
I would describe GSP as just a place where everyone is open to just being friends with everyone, and everyone is equal, and you make amazing friends because you're kind of trapped together for 5 weeks, and that you're in classes where it's not structured, and so you can kind of be open to learning anything pretty much.
GSP is a place where a bunch of teenagers come together, and they're all confused, and we don't know what we're doing, but it's a place where we can all figure it out together, and we get there eventually, so yeah.
I describe GSP as a very unique place. There's nothing else like it. There will never be anything else like it. Somebody said yesterday, it's its own planet, and I think that's very true. You get a lot of money, so that's very important.
I didn't really think about it as a social kind of thing. I thought mostly I was interested in the scholarship, so I figured I'm just gonna go somewhere for 5 weeks, leave, get my money, it'd be cool. But now, being here, it's I've made so many friends, I've had such a good time, I've worked with film equipment. It's been really cool.
My first impression was that I wanted to go home. Obviously, I think everybody thinks that's way, but I thought it was a cult. I really didn't like that. It was a community, and I didn't like the community, the Page In or whatever that we all say. That really creeped me out because it's just weird. And yeah, that stayed true. I kind of like it now. The people are nice. I can talk to anybody, so that's nice. Yeah.
I thought there were so many rules, and I was never gonna figure out all of them. I was gonna get in trouble, and I was gonna sleep in late, and I was gonna forget where my classes were and get lost. But thankfully, it wasn't like that. I figured it out pretty fast.
Like, I was really excited, but when I got here, I got a little bit scared because, like, I didn't know anybody, and all the directors terrified me. Like, my first community meeting kind of felt like I was in jail just a little bit. So, like, it was really scary for, like, the first 3 or 4 days.
So, my big thing about not coming here was because I thought, like, I wouldn't make any friends and I'd be alone for 5 weeks. And, like, 5 weeks is a long time to not have anyone to talk to.
I was so nervous, I honestly didn't want to go. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to make friends, and I was afraid that I would never find my classes and that I would get in trouble and they'd send me home and it was just going to be a mess.
My favorite memory from GSP was on opening day, and there was a tornado warning, and so we were all trapped inside in the building, and we were sitting with our focus areas, and we had never really met each other before, and we were just kind of sitting there.
Like, it was awkward. Everybody had just met each other for the first time, and we're trying to find ways to break the ice. So, you know, somebody will ask a question like, oh, hey, how are you? Where are you from? Small conversation, back to silent. Somebody else says something.
It was kind of uncomfortable because our parents had just left and we didn't really know what to do, and we didn't know each other. But then we decided that we were going to have a rock, paper, scissors tournament.
So everybody was on board. I made a bracket on the back of one of the pieces of paper that I had.
And suddenly we were all just like laughing together and having fun. And I think that if we hadn't had the tornado warning and been forced together, we wouldn't be as close as a group. So that's one of my favorite memories.
The time it clicked would probably be when we went down to our focus areas, because it was like storming outside, and like everyone was so nice to each other, and we all like talked, and it didn't matter that like we didn't know each other, and we got that rock paper scissors thing going on. And so I don't know, I just realized that everyone's really nice and like we're all open, so I like that.
Well, I feel like I've grown a lot as a person at GSP. I've really like discovered a lot about myself, and I also like I struggled a lot at my high school with being myself around my friends. But here I've really, I guess, realized that being yourself is a good thing. Like, people will like you for you if you just be yourself. So
I think GSP has shaped me in that, like, I'm much more outgoing and confident just in who I am, and then that people won't judge me for like being myself.
Before this, I was definitely that kid in the corner who like watched, because you don't know what people are thinking about you. You don't know like if they want to be your friend and all that. But when you come to GSP, you kind of have to take that step, or else you're literally gonna be alone. And so like GSP showed me that like people are willing to open up and they want to be your friends. So I'm definitely gonna like talk to more people and yeah, be the first one.
I think something that GSP does that brings people together so quickly is that we're all kind of in the same situation. Like, every single one of us, no matter our backgrounds, we're all like going to be staying on this campus for 5 weeks. We all haven't seen our parents in a couple of days, and our friends, like, and we know we won't see them for a while. And so we all are just kind of like, well, I mean, everyone that's here are like my options of people to be with during the day. And so, because we're all forced together and we don't have anyone that's familiar to us really, we just kind of come together really quickly because we're just doing so much stuff together all the time.
I got to like realize how different everyone is, like religion-wise and just culture-wise all together. I learned that people in different places talk very differently than I do, whether they have a country accent.
Home is in Pat County.
Or they just say words differently. My friend Ella says bagel like bagel, bagel. It's messed up. Anyways.
GSP is like a life-changing experience almost. Like, I came in not thinking it was gonna be much, but I got here and I live with another person, my roommate, and we actually like have to work out things like, when are we taking out the trash? Dude, pick up your underwear, it's in the middle of the floor. And I've had to work with other people in class, and it's kind of just like a social experience to be a grown-up for high schoolers.
It's gonna sound cheesy, but I think GSP is special because like the people here, because it wouldn't work if we all, like, we have the option to stay in our dorms and talk to the friends we have back home and all that, but we decide to go out and like sit with new people at the lunch table and like talk to each other.
GSP is kind of a magical place just because everybody's so open-minded and ready you come in kind of knowing what you've heard other people say, and you don't kind of get that in the first couple of days, but then you realize this place can be the perfect place. It can be the 5 weeks of your life that could be the best time ever. So why not try to make it the best time ever? And I feel like that kind of contributes a lot to the magic.
What I'll miss the most about GSP is definitely the people that I've met here and the friends I've made, and like.
I'll probably miss the most like my friends, obviously.
The relationships and like the atmosphere.
No, I think that sums it up, man.
Wasn't that hard, right?
No, I'm glad it's over though.
My name is Craig Miller. See the footage. You can go to. Okay.
My favorite swing dancing partner was Ella David. We were fantastic. It was great.
My favorite and my only swing dancing partner was Madison Carter, and we were incredible. We're so good.
All right. See, it wasn't that intimidating.
We're like Disneyland, but better.